You know, we are right in the middle of one of the biggest changes in human history, and that's the rise of artificial intelligence. People are calling it the new electricity, this massive, fundamental force that's about to reshape pretty much everything. So what is it really? And what's it going to mean for you? Let's break it down.
I mean, really think about it for a second. How does your phone unlock just by listening to your voice? Or how does Netflix or whatever you use? How does it seem to know exactly what movie you're in the mood for? Well, that little bit of magic? It's not magic at all. It's AI, and it's already woven deep into our everyday lives.
So what makes AI so different from the software we've been using for decades? Well, traditional software is kind of like a strict recipe. It only does exactly what a programmer tells it to do. If X happens, then do Y. That's it. But AI is different. It's more like a student. If you show it a million pictures of cats, it actually learns what a cat looks like by tweaking millions of tiny internal dials until it gets it right. It doesn't need a recipe. It learns from experience.
Okay, so let's start with the big picture. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is the whole entire field. It's dedicated to making smart machines that can do things that normally require a human brain. Just think of it as this giant umbrella term for everything we're about to talk about.
Now, under that big AI umbrella, we find machine learning, or ML. And this is the real engine behind most of the AI you see every day. Instead of being programmed with rules, ML systems are trained. We just feed them massive amounts of data, and they figure out the patterns all on their own. It's this learning process that makes AI so incredibly powerful.
And if we go even deeper, we get to deep learning. Now, this is the really cutting-edge stuff. It uses these complex, multi-layered structures called neural networks, which are actually modeled after our own human brains. This is what makes the really complex stuff possible. You know, the tech that can understand all the nuances in your voice or recognize your face to unlock your phone. Okay, so AI, machine learning, deep learning, these ideas have actually been around for a while. So why is everybody talking about it now in 2026? What's changed that's made this so much more than just another tech buzzword? Well, the big reason is that AI has finally hit a tipping point. It's not just a cool idea in a lab anymore. It's a real, practical tool. It's already automating all the boring, repetitive tasks, sure, but it's doing more than that. It's helping us with creative work, helping us make smarter strategic decisions, and it's driving huge economic growth. It's become a fundamental part of our world.
And the impact is already here. And it's profound. In healthcare, AI is helping doctors predict diseases earlier than ever before. In education, it's building personalized learning plans for every single student. For our planet, it's helping us build smarter energy grids to fight climate change. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is what AI is doing today. But here is where the story gets really interesting. Because the very nature of AI is changing as we speak. It's evolving from being this passive tool that just gives us answers to an active partner that actually takes action for us.
This slide shows that shift perfectly. On the left, you've got the old AI. You ask a question, you get an answer. It's basically a superpowered search engine. But on the right, you have this new agentic AI. And this is more like a personal assistant. You don't just ask it for information, you give it a goal, and it can actually reason, plan, and take multiple steps to get that goal done for you.
Just think about what this means for planning a vacation. Instead of you spending hours and hours researching flights, comparing hotels, building a schedule, you could just give your AI agent a goal. Plan a relaxing beach trip in Southeast Asia for 2 weeks in July and keep the budget under this amount. And then the agent would go out, do the research, make the bookings, and come back to you with a full itinerary. That is the shift from just answers to real action.
So with AI evolving this quickly, the big question is, what does this mean for your future? Well, it means that understanding this tech is going from being a niche skill to a totally fundamental one, just like learning to use a computer was a generation ago.
And here's the good news. You don't have to be a coder to get started. Not at all. The most essential skills are really about how you talk to AI. First, there's prompt engineering, which is really just the art of asking the right questions to get the best answers. Second, AI literacy. Just getting a basic feel for what these tools are good at and, maybe more importantly, what they're not good at. And third, simply using AI assistants in your daily life to see what they can do for you.
And why is this worth your time? Because the payoff is huge. People who really learn how to use AI are finding that their productivity goes way up, and they're able to make much better data-backed decisions. In pretty much any job, this is becoming a massive advantage.
And this whole revolution isn't just changing old jobs, it's creating brand new ones.
We're now seeing careers like AI ethicist, who focuses on using AI responsibly, and human AI interaction designer, who makes sure these tools are easy for us to use. I mean, these are jobs that literally didn't exist a few years ago.
Of course, all of this leads to the one big question that's on pretty much everyone's mind. With machines this smart, is AI going to replace us? What do you think? Is it a replacement or is it a tool?
Well, the most powerful way to look at this is as a partnership, not a replacement. AI is incredible at the things we struggle with, processing enormous amounts of data, finding patterns we'd never see, and doing it all at superhuman speed. But we humans bring something totally unique to the table: our creativity, our empathy, our strategic intuition, our common sense.
So, the best way to think about it is this. AI enhances our abilities. It's the ultimate collaborator. It handles all of the logical heavy lifting, which frees us up to focus on what we do best, the creative, strategic, and deeply human work that only we can do.
So, knowing all this, it's easy to feel a little bit overwhelmed. But taking your first step into this future is actually way simpler than you might think. It doesn't take some huge commitment, just a small change in how you think about things.
In fact, your entire journey into the world of AI can begin with just one single, powerful action. Just one thing you can do today to start. So, what is it?
It's this simple: start using AI. The absolute best way to understand this technology is to just play with it. Open up an AI assistant right now and ask it to help you write a tricky email, or suggest some healthy meals for the week, or maybe explain a really complex topic like you're 5 years old. This hands-on experience is the best training you can get.
Because make no mistake about it, the leaders of the future, they won't be the people competing against AI, they'll be the people working with it. The future belongs to those who learn how to use these tools to amplify their own intelligence. So the only question left is, how will you get started?